Hello everyone, La13 Scale here, also known as Scale, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Okay, look, it really hasn't been that long since I recorded, but I can't remember anything anymore. Oh god, okay, I'm pretty sure that we need to either go to the detention center or we need to go to Grossberg's. I think we need to go to Grossberg's. Oh yeah, we so needed... No, we didn't. Alright. Detention center. I think he wants proof of some kind. Present? Edgeworth, do you see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Huh? Revenge? On me? There it is!
So who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know. Well, could he... Oh, God. I keep forgetting that I have my horns here. Which is great for my aesthetic purposes. Really bad for I keep running into things with them and gives me a fantastic insight as to... Jesus... I'm caught on my own chair. Anyway, it gives me a fantastic insight to what kind of person I would actually be. If I had horns or something, I would keep running into crap. See, this one's perfect. It's like putting on your eyeliner. One eye, always perfect. The other one, always awful. Can I turn this up? Yeah, there. I like how that looks for me. Anyway, could he be an innocent defendant that you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right, but I don't remember that old man. Not at all. Look, buddy, I love you, but your character has been shady lately, okay? There's a long list of people that really... It's like the movie Totally Killer, which is just Back to the Future, but like with a murderer on the loose, like a serial killer on the loose. Highly recommend watching it. Or at the very least, the kill count of it. If you only get to pick one of these things, because it's on a streaming service and it's hard to... Anyway, they had a long list of people that wanted them dead too. Was my point. I'm so sorry, the unbridled ADHD is everywhere.
So he was following this letter then?
Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning... myself and Robert Hammond?
It also says this is your last chance.
Yeah, why would it be your last chance? Like, why would they put a timer on it unless it had to do with the fact that the first case was coming off of the docket? Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations in the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man.
Yeah, what is it? Do you know who he is?
This is going to be some gag where we have still no idea, huh? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? As in Yanni Yogi. I was right! He was the only other name that they kept throwing around for something, so, I mean, unless he was a red herring. Like, I'm sure the other name, Kianse, would be... But we would never see any of Larry's girlfriends because they're probably fictional people. So, look, I don't know.
Anyway, Yogi!
The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Why would him being found innocent ruin his life, though? You gotta give me something, buddy. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. Okay? We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. It sucks that you don't remember him, but to be fair, 15 years is a long time. Fantastic whole just earthquake work there. The quake was incredibly strong. And? Oh, okay, it was taking a while to load. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. That's one way to put it. can't breathe. Quiet, I said. Quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. Okay. So if Edgeworth's dad is laying on the floor, he's not covering the door, so nobody could just slip through the door and shot him. It would have had to have been bullet ricochet of some kind, right? That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed staring at the ceiling. Okay. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed that the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed in court and Yogi was found innocent. But he'd never be allowed to work that again. Right?
Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you?
Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you.
You mean the nightmare?
Nightmare? Oh, yeah. Is it really wise to be saying this in a police lockup where everything's being recorded? Well, by prefacing it as a nightmare, maybe we won't get him arrested? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Eek. Yeah. I think the time has come for me to tell all. Go ahead, buddy. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. Every night? That shit's exhausting, buddy. You and Zane from Love and Deep Space need to have a whole support group dedicated to people who are just traumatized by awful nightmares. No wonder you can't get any sleep. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. Until we come along and then we get rid of his really bad nightmare. Because we're going to put an end to whatever this problem is that he seems to be having. And then he loves us more. Right?
What kind of dream?
It's a dream about my father's killing. In the dark. Oh? Help! I can't breathe! We just saw this. Do I really need to read this? The flashback happened like 12 seconds ago. Quiet, I said. Quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. I believe that went Edgeworth, Yanni, Edgeworth, bigger Edgeworth. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. I think that one's Yanni. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What are you? Stop breathing my air! No, Father! He's attacking Father! And then I see the pistol lying at my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I picked up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! And this is why you always buy guns with safeties on them. Or at the very least, you know, have another type of safety. Stay away from the ones of some controversy right now. For example, right now there is a controversy about the SIG P320. Don't get that one for right now. Wait until they fix their stuff. Ah! That's my shot guy impression. You like that? Oh, maybe maybe he didn't get. Yeah, that makes more sense for a nightmare impression, I guess. And with that scream, I wake up. It's a bone-chilling scream. Edgeworth, please don't call out my performance. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you've done a great job of elevating it for me. Thank you. I guess my scream was bone-chilling. You're 100% right, Edgeworth. And sometimes I can't see you, and I think it's because of all the dirt on my glasses. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. Damn.
Huh? It's just a dream, right? Right?
Sure, kid. That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. Well, yeah, I'm sure if you see it every time you close your eyes, that makes sense. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Could we not do the flashing? Maybe it was I who killed my father. Well, at least he's throwing around a lot of maybes and hypothetically so that none of what's being said in this room can be used against him in a court of law.
What?
If you think about it, that way this letter makes sense. Huh? Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. That doesn't track at all to me, because think about it. Just follow the thought here for a second. If hypothetically Edgeworth shot his dad, which I don't think is actually the case, but hypothetically if he did, why would him shooting his own father and then Yanni Yogi being declared innocent via trial ruin his life? That part doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like that part I don't get. Unless there was something else that Edgeworth did that would have made, you know what I mean? That's where I'm kind of a little bit more stuck on this one. Now, getting your revenge on Hammond, I could understand, because Hammond would have had you been declared legally too insane in court, which the court wouldn't be able to overlook and you wouldn't be allowed to return to your job. That part I get. The only other conclusion would be if Yanni Yogi genuinely believed that Miles Edgeworth shot. I mean, unless the gun also shot Yanni Yogi. We don't have any proof that wasn't who got shot. But I don't understand the get revenge on Miles Edgeworth part. The get revenge on Robert Hammond thing, that I can follow to a T. It's like, but especially because nobody's ever been charged, like, successfully. Think about it. Yanni was really innocent. I guess if the court of law believes that, yeah. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of the DL6. I shot my father. There goes my entire statement about keeping this entirely in pure hypotheticals in a recorded holding cell in a... God, Edgeworth, you're a lawyer. You know how I'm hurting myself. You know better than this, Edgeworth. Good God damn. All right. Not that I'm ever going to teach people how to get away with murder. There was a great TV show, already did that, went downhill after the main character left the show. I'm not telling how, in case you didn't go see that. The first season of How to Get Away with Murder is phenomenal television. Everything after the first season's just ass. But if there's one thing that show taught me, it was maybe don't blast everything that you're doing in a recorded room. Like, because just even suggesting or saying that could get you locked up permanently for it without you having actually been the killer. There's so many unsureties in this, and there's still time on the clock. If you want to project maybe that thought, wait until tomorrow when this can't happen anymore. This is bad. Yeah, no kidding.
What are we gonna do, Nick? What are we gonna do? What can we do? I forgot how to speak, Nick.
I don't know. Something, I'm sure. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. Go to hell, Phoenix. What happened to team captain of Edgeworth's Innocent? If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, then maybe, which that means we go find Grossberg?
Huh? There is, Nick.
Oh?
There is someone else who knows about the DL6.
All right, buddy. Just hang tight. Finally, we get to use the office for something. Oh, I don't know how to do this voice anymore. December 27th, Grossberg's law offices. Mr. Grossberg! Ahem, hello. What's wrong? You look troubled. I'm just gonna alter my parrot voice, and I think we're gonna go with that.
No kidding, I can't believe that you're not.
Maya's going for the jugular. Between the sitting on your hands during the Mia thing and now Edgeworth's life is in danger, Grossberg, my friend, you ain't looking too competent. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, huh?
It's Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, you poor thing. Could you maybe don't? All right. I see. So, Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father.
It's only a dream. Well, only a dream.
Oh. I wonder. Wonder what, buddy?
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, Valid questions. He has many. A valid question.
Well...
Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. Why? Please tell me why. I could understand Robert Hammond. Why does he have a grudge against Miles Edgeworth? My legs can't keep doing this if I keep doing this. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Miles Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. What does that have to do with why? Right? Is it that he had to stand trial at all, and in the process of standing trial been declared legally insane? Is that why? I think that's the only thing I can, like, grasp onto with a straw or something. Because I'm not seeing the motive. Everything else I follow, I might just be taking this too literal, but... Or maybe I'm just too innocent of a person to just not. I don't know. Cut my nails and now all of a sudden everything feels weird and I have to relearn how to grab things. Also, my face itches from the makeup and I know I'm getting more of it off on my finger as we speak. As you imagined... What is that button after the trigger guard? Where's the trigger? Is it the mag eject on the bottom? It's definitely... Because the white dot up there isn't the mag eject. That's usually a screw, so this way you can, like, swap out the grips, right? So the thing on the bottom's gotta be a mag eject. What's the hole over by like the nozzle of the barrel? I know the part on the back is that this way you can put on a sight for it. That checks. I don't know if that's just a stylized design or if the part with the four lines on it going this way are actually like the slide release where, like, you know, the casings would fire. But is the button on the front the safety? Because you're never gonna... that's not gonna... Is that just supposed to be a screw? Because that's a really bad screw. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm like half tempted to, like, I'm not going to do this, but, like, you know, I own a firearm. Everything on my firearm makes sense. There are buttons that make sense. I would be half tempted to show an anatomy design to prove to you that things make sense. But it's not going to do any good anyway. Not that I would ever show it on camera. But it's a revolver anyway. Anyway. The pistol fired. And the deed was... Oh, the pistol fired and the deed was done. Okay, and?
No. I don't believe it.
And I believe that if that is actually the case, there needs to be some kind of a recall sent by, like, the manufacturer of that firearm.
Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was inevitably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. Hold on, I gotta... What was that? Nope. Can I
go back? Nope. I don't want to skip. I just... So... I guess... Alright, we're showing you this, buddy. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yanni was following this letter when he killed Robert Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
That one I don't need the explanation. I got that one. That one makes sense to me.
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their own sake, but for his own.
Oh my god, this is how we created more Edgeworths. He was the original dude that would just do whatever to keep his reputation as a lawyer. Oh, great. And then we had Von Karma, and then we had Edgeworth, and... Fantastic.
Huh? For his own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
Oh. Oh, he's, like, really jaded. I don't want that man as my defense attorney for anything.
But he got his clients found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined.
Yeah, see?
Huh? You'll understand soon enough.
No, I got you. I don't need the... Okay.
Wait.
What is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago.
Yeah, that perfect handwriting that we was talking about last time. The only person that could be would be Von Karma.
Whose handwriting is this? Do you have any idea who wrote this?
I think it was Manfred Von Karma. Could it have been Manfred Von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Huh? Von Karma. Wait! You're right, my boy.
That perfect handwriting sold him. The perfectly perfect handwriting sold him. Yeah, that's what you get.
This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred Von Karma himself. Which I believe there's like some sort of a hitman law, so this... So what does this mean then? What do you mean what this means? The murderer is the guy on the prosecution chair. Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? I don't got anything for that one, but I can assume it's only to protect his reputation somehow, because that's the only thing that Von Karma seems to give a shit about. Well, maybe we'll find out more next time. That's all the time we've got for this episode. Remember to drink some water, eat a food, and if you haven't taken your meds yet, you should probably do that. But I'm not your parent. So anyway, take care, everybody. I'll see you next time.